I grew up across the street from a cemetery, and so I'm really used to them, and I like them. I grew up going over, and I know it seems like a strange thing, but my three sisters and I used to walk in the cemetery all the time. We'd ride our bikes, we'd go over and we'd get pollywogs in the little frog ponds over there, and we would talk to the dead people in the cemetery. Because what else do you do when you grow up across the street from a cemetery? They're your neighbors, you know. You want to be friendly. So honest, we used to go and talk. There was this one in particular. His name was Max, and he had died when he was 3, and his parents had put up a beautiful granite gravestone to him. It was a statue of a little boy wearing a beautiful lacy dress, as they would have worn, and I don't even know when it was that he died, but beautiful stone, and his nose was broken off. And I'd go and I'd sit next to him and talk to Max. So I went in the Oberlin Village cemetery with that same kind of frame of mind of let's see who's here. And the gravestones, you know, a lot of them, of course, that when they get that old, you can't read them. If, you know, the stone will wear away and you can't read what's on them. But many of them, it's still nice and clear. And some of the epitaphs on them were so beautiful. And I ended up taking 3 of the epitaphs that I found. One, Gone But Not Forgotten, I saw many different places, and that's what I ended up using as, it comes back at the end of each verse, and it's the name of the song. But then there were a couple others that I used, one as a refrain, a 2nd and 4th line refrain, and the other as the complete last verse is an entire epitaph that you'll hear in the song. And I chose the name of John Dunston, who was one of the freed slaves who was buried there. And he becomes kind of an archetype, but there is a line that honors the work of many of the slaves and freed slaves in the Raleigh area who were brick makers and potters. So you'll hear a reference to them burning the kiln. John Dunston lies. Oh, sorry, I'm going to start this again with the first verse. John Dunston rose before the dawn, gone to a brighter home. He burned the kiln till past sundown, where grief cannot come. He slaved for his master half his span, gone to a brighter home, the other half a freedman, where grief cannot come. Gone but not forgotten. Oberlin Village in brambled row, gone to a brighter home, is tended by 4 black crows, where grief cannot come. Gone but not forgotten. In a sunken grave John Dunston lies, gone to a brighter home, as city traffic rumbles by, where grief cannot come. Gone but not forgotten. Soft shade of oak and maple tall, gone to a brighter home, o'ershadowed by a towering wall, where grief cannot come. Gone but not forgotten. Where loyal hearts and true stand ever in the light, all rapture through and through in God's most holy sight.